money burn slow. Let the ego die fast. We build a legacy that was destined to last. It's the Legion. Yeah, we stand on the concrete. Fearless leader up front, and we own the street. No snakes in the grass, just steel in the spine. We taking back the clock. Yeah, we own the damn time. No snakes in the grass, just steel in the spine. We taking back the clock. Yeah, we own the damn. They wanted the control. Yeah, they made a big mistake. We got hot box Joe. We never been for a fake. He's scrubbing out the chat and he policing the stream, banishing the trolls and protecting the team. And send Pappy Rick keeping the socials on lock, while Michael holding down the supply and the stock. And we got Big Rob, yeah, he is back on the block. Discounts flowing heavy from inside of the shop. And Ye's a 101, yeah, he blocking out the hate. Dropping Christmas prizes, doing 7 years straight. Respect to Sherry Ash, Queen guarding the gate. She slamming down the door on the envy and hate. And check the mechanic, Brandon, owning the stage. Making every lead, Jimmy turn a brand new page. Let the money burn slow, let the ego die fast. We build a legacy that was destined to last. It's the Legion, yeah, we stand on the concrete. Fearless leader of the one, yeah, we own the street. No snakes in the grass, just steel in the spine. We taking back the clock, yeah, we own the damn time. No snakes in the grass, just steel in the spine. We taking back the clock, yeah, we own the damn time. They rewrite the history with the bullshit and lies, but Val got the files, yeah, he cutting the ties. The historian is watching, he is checking the tape. Ain't no lies getting through, ain't no room for escape. And Martin in the cut, staying quiet and obscure. The world is burning down, but his vision is pure. He don't give a fuck about the drama or the noise. He is silent and heavy, staying perfectly poised. But one titan remain, he is ready to brawl. It's Raoul, the enforcer, standing 10 feet tall. He didn't need a number, he just watched for the knife. Proved his loyalty is solid for the rest of his life.
You played games, we built a machine. Exodus final lead jump forever, ever, ever, ever.
Yo, check the mic 1 2. This is the Legion sound. When street lights dim and no mercy can be found, we roll in silence, thick like chimney haze. Shadow smokers move through midnight's darkest maze. We ain't no club, nah, this a lifetime feat. Gotta stay hungry, built for loyalty. Talk strategy, leverage, move the pieces tight. Network squeezes while the enemies take flight.
We own the hours when the honest close their eyes. Secret handshakes under moonlit sky.
New blood, step correct. Are you ready for the test? Wanna rock with the best? Put that hustle in your chest. Smoke is cold, we don't break, bend or run. From night's first breath till we see the sun. If you
got that fire, if you got that grit, sign your soul to the shadows, smoke a legit. This ain't no game, this power movement. Show respect, show skill, that's your improvement.
See the line, cross it, no looking back. We school the opposition, run a different track. Trading secrets, specialized, unseen hits. From high-rise towers down to concrete pits. Need sharp eyes, steady hands, minds that lead. Every mission done, every warning heed. Legion stands tall, watch us on the block. Midnight oil burns, with the clocks tick-tock.
We take the outcast, broken to betrayed. And shadow smokers that get repaid.
Move blood, step correct, are you ready for the test? Wanna vibe, get the best, put that hustle in your chest. Smoke is cold, we don't break, bend or run. From night's first breath, till we see the sun.
If you got that fire, if you got that grit, sign your soul to the shadows, smokers legit. This ain't no game, this power movement. Show respect, show skill, that's your improvement.
Yeah, shadow smokers. That's the brand. Understand.
Hey guys, Tony Story Sass, and welcome to today's Smokes Panel Live. Yeah, I'm like running up and down, been busy, been late, been beyond schedule. It's like, this is what happens when you're running down, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get everything done, and all of a sudden my wife's like, babe, I got a question to ask you. It's like, I need to get downstairs. And she's like, no. Let me. And then she goes, no, I'm like, no big deal. Go down there. I'll ask you later. It's like, dude, why do you stop me and drag me for a few, like, good 10, 20, 15 minutes, and then tell me that's not that big deal? I don't get it. Like, how is that not a big deal and then it was a big deal? I don't get it. Anyways, today I am gonna smoke this Epicarillo Deep Blue Uncharted Depth, Internal Current, and Deeping Legacy. Here we go. Here we go. What do you don't know why?
When you sent me the link, I got it on my phone, but it's not crossing over to my tablet. And I have them it's supposed to be synced up. So whatever shows up on my phone should show up on my tablet as well. For some reason, it's not crossing over. So I think I'm gonna have to call on my IT person on Monday to help them figure it out with me.
I'm a little confused, but sure, yes.
I mean,
Because you've been using the same link and everything for jumping on this.
I'm talking about the new one that you sent me.
What's the new one? It's the same one.
Not the same one. I don't think. Let me find.
The other
Let me
one is
find
not a link. The other one, the one I sent you is a invitation, and it's not gonna do it. It's not gonna sync because you don't have the same account. Remember, I tell you you're not jumping on the same account.
Yeah.
So you gotta give me whatever that's on this, the tablet that you're using, so I can add it in. Your tablet's email account is different. I can tell you that. The account you log in for the tablet is different.
Okay.
That's why they're not synced. There you go.
Okay. I can't even find it now.
But Richard, you say that you had to look for me. How do you know I jump on right now? I was literally 10 minutes late.
I'll have to find it. I'll figure it out.
Oh my god. All right. Yeah, light up a
So-
smoke. Don't worry about it right now. I guess.
I want to mention this. I sent you a message about this.
You did?
Yeah, about the Placencia logo.
Oh yes. Yes.
So it looks ugly on the box. To me, it does.
Okay.
But I happened to be at a cigar lounge and I saw it in a green band embossed in gold. It reminds me of it looks nicer on the band than it does on the box. But it reminds me of this label.
Okay. I don't know where you see that, but
I
sure.
mean, this is the sober mesa,
Which I get.
and,
Yeah.
and it's totally a different label, but it reminds me of it. This is
Okay.
more like a crown, where the Placencia one actually is supposed to be the leaf. Now, when I look at the logo on the box, I swear to God, it reminds me of two things. Well, three things. First, it looks like a lopsided stop sign. Okay,
Right.
that's number
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
Number two, it looks like, and I mentioned this, it looks like a logo that should be on the tail of an airline.
Okay. Yeah, you say that.
And then when I finally had a chance to look at the box that I saw from Half Wheel, where they showed the logo on the box, and I was able to isolate it and magnify the logo.
Mm-hmm.
So now what it reminds me of the straight line down the middle.
Okay.
It reminds me of a street, like the main road. and where the branches off, where we have the leaves,
Okay.
where branches off, those are could be like
Streets.
turning off the side streets from the main road.
Okay.
That's what it reminds me. It does
I'm
not.
telling you, once you
remind me
buy
of
one,
a tobacco leaf, although
in the future, and
It's
you
supposed-
did this to that band, when you can finally see it close up, you'll probably see it differently. I think it's because right now, whatever how you see on the screen, you see it one way. But
yeah,
once you see it differently, you'll be like, oh, okay, not a big deal.
yeah, yeah.
I really think so. I think that you're just not seeing, like, you're not seeing it correctly. We're not seeing the right angle. You have to, like,
Yeah, my perception of it is different because it's flat on the box. It does look a lot better on the band. I will admit that.
well, that's the thing. If you can see it differently because the band was not the same way, and then you saw it differently, there's very high possibility that you might see it different
Yeah.
when you actually see it in person.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm be a little biased about it. I am not gonna lie. It looked really good because it was a green band. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. All
I
right.
don't know. I don't know.
All right.
All right. So today I'm smoking that deep blue.
The deep blue.
Now the deep blue did give me a problem in the beginning. This band, the foot band, had the wrapper glued onto it. So he ripped the wrapper a little bit. I just give it a little bit glue so it stays in because it's only a little bit in the beginning. So I think I can smoke right through it. But let's see if this cigar is good today. Okay. All right. We'll let that simmer in. Shimmer in. Smoking the Monte Cristo Double Diamante, the new one or the old one? I just cannot, like, you know, and I appreciate, like, you know, Raul actually, like, I mean, our president has sent me that a while back. I smoked it. And I was like, dude, that, and I appreciate it, but that cigar is crazy for that price. For Monte Cristo. I think it's crazy for that price. And it's hard for me to, like, you know, just imagine that. You know, a single diamond's one price, and double diamonds that is like double the price. It's crazy. And it's not a bad cigar, it's just crazy. I usually see your show earlier than it starts, but not last few weeks. Well, it wouldn't be earlier than it starts. It would be start when it starts. I don't know. Okay. So, as we talked about this, anybody who missed the previous few episodes, like Out of the Wimp, we're just talking about it last time, and the Legion Meet 2027 is going to be in Chicago. Which means any Legion member who did not get the news, now it's the news. 2027, Chicago. Okay? Which is funny because it's technically the first time we ever run it north. Right? Because we always run south. We never run north. And this time we now run north. Okay? Run north.
Well, technically Midwest.
Northern United States rather than the southern United States. Because if you talk about Midwest, technically we're dick. Well, wouldn't you call that Midwest? Texas and Arizona? It's not really
No,
west.
that's the Southwest. Texas is south, more southwestern area.
Okay.
Arizona, southwest. New Mexico, southwest. Arizona, southwest. So the Midwest area is more like you can say Iowa, Missouri, Ohio, Michigan.
But like, why would I call that Midwest? Technically, is north of west, right? Because on top of Illinois is the only okay, where Chicago is. There's only Michigan on top of that.
Yeah, we're in the northern part of Illinois.
Right? So Chicago
Yeah.
is literally north.
Well, Chicago, yeah, the northern part of Illinois, but
Right.
Illinois is in the
But
Midwest.
no, but then if you what there's only one state on top of Illinois.
Who's above us? Michigan,
Wisconsin,
Wisconsin.
physically on top of Illinois. That's it.
Yeah, because we got Indiana. Indiana is to the east. Wisconsin. Yeah. Okay.
Right? So the only state on top of you is Wisconsin. So that wouldn't be mid because there are multiple states below you. Right? Tennessee below you, Kentucky below you, Arkansas below you, Mississippi below you.
And they're
Quite a
all
bit.
south.
Kansas below you.
Those are all southern states.
Well, no, because I would say Missouri is where middle is. If you look at the map of America, Missouri is literally the middle.
We're right next to Missouri.
But no, but then you're in the northern part of it.
We border Iowa, we border Wisconsin, we border Indiana, we border Missouri.
Midwest means middle of the way of west, halfway to California.
That's right. And
Okay.
that's why they got the Silver Arch in St. Louis, and they call it the gateway to the west.
But that is still not halfway to the west. If I look at the map and I want to be picky about this, right? Midwest is Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, and North Dakota. That's
Well,
the
look
middle
at
line of
North Dakota.
America.
Technically is part of Canada. Okay.
Well, I'm talking about where the line goes up, halfway.
Yeah.
in
I'm
America.
still saying.
So.
And so is Minnesota.
But Chicago is technically up north.
Yeah, northern part of Illinois. Yeah.
Well, anyways, I don't know why we're like debating the semantics of map. But yeah, I mean that's where it's gotta be. That's where it's gotta be. I hope a lot of people can at least try to participate. I guess it's like I feel like a lot of people can go, but just who? Because you'll be like more of a new blood of people. I think half of people is gonna be experienced and been to that kind of event, and the other half is like not really first, second time kind of thing. So when those lines were drawn, the term was created. People were still riding on horses, carriage, giving them the slack for being slightly off. That's a big slide off.
That's right.
To say,
I remember following one of those horses. That's right. He's right.
Think about this. If you're in Chicago riding horses, you're like, oh, we're halfway to California. I don't think so.
Oh no. You had a long way to go.
Yeah, that's definitely not halfway to California.
No. Certainly was not.
Right? That's definitely not halfway to California. So I wouldn't call that Midwest. It's not halfway.
Looky, you go through Texas, and it seems like you can't even get halfway through Texas, and you're still in Texas.
Yeah, if you're riding horses, yeah.
Even if you're driving the damn car, and you're going across Texas from east to west, you're driving forever.
Yeah, I mean, state line's a funny thing, right? Why some state have you got east west, or you got north or south, just split the state, but Texas no splitting. But they will still call it northern Texas or southern Texas, but just won't split. No, you don't need anything special. You just have to jump on. Just jump on at the right time. And then on your phone, you'll have to, I believe, swipe to the right in the chat room, and you'll see all the rooms. And there's one room called Tempo of Voice, and just click on that, because then you'll jump into the right room. It's just a room. Just the room. Right, 2027. Where wait, hold on. Am I missing what month? Okay. Yeah, 2027 in May, last weekend of May, right? Last weekend of May. So that's the Memorial Weekend. I don't know why you're doing Memorial Weekend, but tentatively right now is Memorial Weekend because we run a few times events on Memorial Weekend just so that gives people an extra day to get back to their life, all right? And what I mean by that is like there are some people that like to leave on Sunday, and there's some people that like to leave on Monday. And if you leave on Sunday, when you get home, you will have time to rest for Monday, and then go to work on Tuesday. Or you can just go back on Monday and get back to work on Tuesday. Just that, it's just one extra day. What is Indiana considered? I don't know. I really don't know. Don't know.
Indiana, the Hoosier state.
No, like, is that like, okay, we got Eastern. No, we don't even have Eastern America. For some reason there's New England, there is Southeast, there is Midwest, and there's West. There's I don't know. Is that region divided? I don't know. I don't really talk about those regions. I gotta apologize to people that's listening to this, but like there are part of America that I think that is like middle of nowhere that I never pay attention to. Okay, let's see in sections of America.
Well, Indiana could be considered part of the Midwest. They could be part of the Great Plains area.
Okay, so we have Northeast, South, which is entire South, and West and Midwest. Isn't that kind of bad? Because you have Northeast, but there's no Southeast. You're just part of South. And the Midwest are literally anywhere that's past Pennsylvania or Philadelphia. Anywhere past Philadelphia is Midwest.
Well, I consider Pennsylvania east.
Yeah, but that's what it said. But anywhere, PA is part of Northeast. So anything past that, starting from, what's that, Ohio?
Ohio, the Ohio Valley. Yes. Ohio.
Starting from the state Ohio, everything over there is Midwest.
Midwest, yeah. So
but that's
Ohio,
not even mid.
You got Michigan.
That's not even mid.
It's considered the Midwest. Indiana.
Okay, so how does this work? And then the whole entire West is considered West. Forget about South.
Yeah.
Forget about South. All right, that's the entire thing. Anything west of Texas, that's West. I don't know. All right, what are some good spots in Chicago to smoke? I just know they're known for food. Oh, here's the thing. We gotta keep that slightly in secret. Val and the other Raul is gonna go scout. My hope is to connect with Raul from the Chicagoland area. He lives in the southwest suburb of Chicago. I live in the southwest suburb of Chicago. We got Steve, who literally lives in the south side of Chicago. And we also have another guy, perfect drum mechanic, something like that. Fabian, I think his name is Fabian. Yeah. And he lives in one of the northwestern suburbs of Chicago. So we got a few members in Chicago that will go out there and choose what their favorite cigar place that's gonna host us.
Well, here's the thing. We will. My plan, hopefully, if 2 or 3, I would like for all 4 of us to get together. If not, I would like to have at least 3 of us get together. 2 of us to get together is not going to be a problem. I think Raul and myself hooking up won't be a problem. I'm the most flexible because I'm retired. So and Steve, unfortunately, he has a difficult job, so his time is very, very challenging and limited. Fabian, I'm not sure about his work schedule, and Raul, we'll work something out in his work schedule. We can probably work something out, but I'm hoping that hopefully all four of us, if not four of us, three of us can go. And even if we just go one day just to meet up at a lounge and just talk about the cigar lounges, and we can write down geographically where they're at, and then we can actually drive there and visit a couple of them to get time and distance wise, okay, get that kind of down pat. And then at the same time, we'll be able to talk to whoever the owner is or the store manager at the time and tell them that, Chicago is in our sights, and we're going to be having a get together here. We're going to be hosting a get together in Chicago, and we're trying to figure out where's a good place to go, where's a good place that can accommodate us, So logistically, that's there's a lot of good cigar lounges in the Chicago area.
They're kind of spread out, but there are a few good ones.
But it's logistically is what we have to work on. Okay, because if my thought process, if we go downtown Chicago, there's really only two really good downtown Chicago lounges to go to. Although there's a third cigar shop, but it's more of a shop than a lounge.
And that shop is actually quite famous.
It's a very famous lounge. We're
not gonna mention
been around
it,
for a long time.
But there is one that's very, very famous, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people had bought cigar there.
Yeah, they're nice people there. The owner's nice there. The guys that work there are very nice there. But it's a small place, not really designed as a lounge type of setup, but more of a place to go and order cigars, go pick up some cigars. If you're out of town, it's a nice place to stop and pick up cigars, look around. And they do have some seating, but not enough seating availability to accommodate a large group. And when I say a large group, I'm talking 6 or more. They can probably, and I'm honest with you, probably accommodate 6. And that would probably be difficult.
Val can do this. You can sit on top of our president's lab. I'll sit on top of Raul's lab. And now if we work a little bit, we might be able to fit.
But it's a nice shop to go to just to check it out, look at it, visit it, see what it's like. Because if you ever have a chance to go to Chicago, and if you're have the time, that is one place I would go just to visit the shop and see what cigars they have.
Our president thinking there's hotels. All right, so our president, I just randomly Google hotel. Yes, when I was talking about this with Val, and most hotels, there are crazy amount of hotels at downtown Chicago, crazy amount. All right, so I think what we do is once we plot out where are the places that we gotta go, we'll recommend which area that we should be all around. That way, either we have to Ubers to some places meet out, or we can pick up because we have a few local that drive. We can do that, right? Right now it's early. We just save the date. All right, everybody, save the date, save your moolah, save your dates, save then make sure that you know that you're going somewhere.
Yeah,
don't plan anything on that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now that we got the city located or identified, we know we're going to Chicago next year. Yeah, we tentatively know the month and the time frame, end of May, probably around Memorial. Okay, so if you're thinking of going, I mean, if there's any possibility that you want to go, the time to start saving is right now. Right now. Start saving those pennies, those nickels, those quarters, those dimes. start going out there, going out there, visit the lounge, and start doing some lap dancing for some dollars. Okay, I mean, start saving your money.
Okay.
Start saving
Save
your
your
money.
money. Draw out the date, so don't plan anything on that weekend, and then you'll be able to go, right? And like don't buy the flight ticket yet. Don't do any of that. Don't buy anything yet, right? Just keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind, and think about what kind of swag you guys want for this event. Like Tony, go make some swag to commemorate this event. I would do it, but think about this. Like, think about what you want, right? In the past, I always do things that we already have already. But this time we got ample time. We got enough time, right? So I'm gonna take in some ideas. Everybody's gonna leave some ideas. Hey, Tony, why don't they? If it's doable, and based on how many people is I already say that they're going. The people that RSVP that decide to go, or say that, hey, I'm not gonna go, but Tony, whatever swag that you make, let me have one. Then I will be able to kind of gauge that. All right, I would be able to say, okay, this is how many we have. Do those.
Because Tony has done that in the past. Okay, if you wanted to go to the meetup, but something came up, you couldn't go, but you would like to get the swag that's available. Okay, to get a swag pack ready for you, then he'll let you know what the cost is and take care of it. So
yeah, like my usual cost, I'm trying to stay within somewhere about $40.
Yeah.
In within that range. So, but then it depends on how many people. The more people, that $40 and run more further away, then a smaller amount. So, if you are interested to go, and this includes anybody who thinking to go meet us, all right? If you're like, hey, Tony, I'm in the Chicago area, I'm not in the Legion, but I'd love to meet you guys there. You can let me know too. Okay? So, the Legion meet is not just for the Legion people to meet. It's for Legion people and to meet the local people. So sometimes we just find some local people that join us. Like, here's the thing. That's just the way it is. So I wouldn't say that is out of the question. So if you're in the Chicago area and you watch this, you're like, hey, I'd love to meet Val. I would love to meet a few Legion members. Forget about Tony. I just want to meet everybody else. That's totally fine. Let us know. And if you let us know, we can let you know where we gotta be. All right? Oh, day one is this. Day one, because when we plan it out, we always have this. Day one is this. Day two is this. Day three is this. Okay? So there's that. Let me talk about a little bit about the cigar. The cigar I smoked probably past first stir now. First stir is basically a very peppery San Andreas. Like, you think of like a very sweet San Andreas, but pepper just kind of kicks in really early on. That's what this cigar tastes like. Relatively big cigar too. Yeah, it's like a sweet San Andreas with pepper that kicks in. That's what it is. All right, so if you think about San Andreas flavors, and you think pepper, that kicks in right the moment you taste the sweetness, the pepper kicks in. That's probably what this cigar represents. It's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. I don't like pepper, but it's actually not bad. All right, so where were we? If I didn't want to catch a Cubs game, that would be kind of rough because if you go to a game, that's a whole day. So I don't know.
So thinking of sports, since you brought that up, Cubs games, number one, are hard to get tickets to. Okay, and I don't know why, but they've been like that since, well, as I got older. But yeah, Cubs games are hard to get tickets to. All right, the easier games to get tickets to are the Chicago White Sox. Okay. Saying that, I can look on the schedule and I'll let you guys do it at our next live, which is what, going to be Wednesday.
Yep.
I'll let you know what team is in town. Okay, what team is in town? But like I said, Chicago. Here's how hard it is to get a ticket and see the Chicago Cubs in Chicago. I can get a ticket easier going to Milwaukee to see the Milwaukee Brewers play the Chicago Cubs. I can go to St. Louis, Missouri, and see the St. Louis Cardinals play the Chicago Cubs a lot easier than I can go to Wrigley Field in Chicago to see the Cubs play whoever they play. Okay? Yeah. Yep. Yep. They're just a high demand for Chicago Cubs. Okay, high demand for Chicago Cubs. I want you to keep in mind, Chicago, number one for right now. I'm saying for right now, is and always will be a Chicago Bears town until they leave Chicago. Okay.
Schedule won't be out yet for 2027. Yeah, but like you can kind of tell which day they play on here and there. I don't know, but like all that stuff was solidified by September. Like we have a better plan by September. Right now, I'm just telling you, just save that day because a lot of people will plan. Like, oh, next year, let's go this, let's go that, and then they will plan it on a long weekend. And that's the thing. We are running on a long weekend, so make sure you don't plan anything on a long weekend. Make sure that you don't use up all your PTOs before that long weekend. So that maybe you can go there a day early or two. If you wanted to do something like that, you can go there early or two. A lot of people do that. I believe the old folks, when I'm talking about like the previous members, they like to go a day before I go for some reason. The members that used to go to the event, they like to go a day before I go.
Well, I'll address that. I think that's because if you go on the day of the event, for me at least, my first time, I went the day ahead because the day of the event, I was so excited. I was so anxious, okay? And not knowing, but if you go there a day ahead of time, you get to relax a little bit. You're in from the airport, you're getting to your hotel, you got your setup, you're a little bit more relaxed, okay? And so the next day, the event. But when you come in on the day of the event, you might feel
no, but no,
nervousness, anxiety, and rushness.
That's not true. That's not true.
Hold
on. When he said the day of event is not, okay? So this is what we do. I usually arrive on a Thursday and the event is Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes.
But they arrive on Wednesday. So already smoking up on Wednesday. And then Thursday I arrive. They're okay, all right, we start. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 2 days ahead. That's not 1 day ahead.
Why I usually go like if it's on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I usually get there on a Thursday.
Right? Well, I'm talking about those people who arrived on Wednesdays.
Oh, well.
And here's the thing. I usually leave on a Sunday. They plan the funnest thing on Sundays after I leave. They're like, okay, Tony's gone. Let's go over there. That's what they do. That's what they do. So don't believe that. Don't. It's not you relax. They party it up before I get there, and they party it up after I leave.
No, I don't think so.
Hey, I got pictures to prove it.
No, I think that when that happens, it's usually it happens with the locals, and it's usually the people that don't get that early flight out.
Yeah, a lot of people that flies on Monday.
Someone gets the late afternoon or the early evening flight out.
I got pictures to prove it. Like whenever I leave, they'll post the Legion. That's what's going on right now.
Yeah, but you fly out early.
I fly out when the event's over.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys arrived like 2 days early, and when I arrived the day before that,
I usually
miss
arrive
2 or 3
a day
sessions.
early. So if the event is a Friday, starts on a Friday, I usually get there on a Thursday. If it ends on a Sunday, I'm not going to fly out until Monday. And I don't like getting up early in the morning. I don't want to take a 6 o'clock flight knowing I got to get up at 3 o'clock, get my shower done, get out of there, get to the airline at 4 o'clock. So I don't want to do that. But then again, I don't want to leave at a night flight because what am I going to do with my luggage?
You put it in the hotel.
But then you got to pay for it.
Night flight?
If checkout time is at 11 a.m. and your flight don't leave till like let's say
Oh, you can
7
leave it at the
p.m.,
hotel in the front
and you
check
tell the
desk.
hotel, hey, listen, can I leave my luggage here and I'll come back for it? Yeah, you can. It's going to cost $25.
That never happened to me.
Well, it's happened to me.
Well,
Happened to
whoever's
me.
gonna drive you to the hotel, I mean the airport, they can keep your luggage in the car.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Whoa. So, yeah, I here's the thing. I usually take the early flight back to Massachusetts because you know that where we're going, majority of the time when I come back, I have to deal with time zone loss,
Yeah, you got to time. Yeah, you got to time. You lose an hour.
right? So like when I go to Texas and I come back, I lose like 2.5 hours, 3 hours sometimes, 2 hours, 3 hours, depends on when.
Oh,
Or when I go to Arizona, yeah, when I come back, a few hours. Yeah, when I come back, it's really really late at night, no matter what time I go. Michigan, what? I plan to drive it only a stay away to see how many hours it will take. I drive to Michigan in 3 hours. Kenny, where are you?
Kenny's in Ohio.
So didn't somebody say from like Ohio drive up is like 1.5 hour?
Well, the
Oh, yeah.
easiest way to do it is just, you can Google Chicago, Illinois. It'll bring it up, and then it'll give you, approximate hours of transportation, types of transportation, either by car or by flight.
But here's the thing, Kenny, Joey just said camping is also in Michigan. It's about 1.5 hour north of Chicago. So you can probably get there in 2
I
hours.
don't know if camping is in Michigan or is he in Wisconsin.
I don't know. I haven't talked to
He's in
camping
one
for
of
a
those
long
two
time.
states.
The thing about camping is that he's camping. I don't know where he is.
Yeah. Well, he
But
likes to camp.
You should be
He's a
able to
camper.
get there about 2 hours or less. But here's the thing, right? When you get out there, you got to stay there for a couple of days because we're doing it for 3 days. We're doing it for 3 days. And make sure, bring a replacement tongue because by the end of the event, you're not going to feel your tongue. All right, so make sure to come to the event. The event is fun. Make sure to RSVP in that chat room. We have a chat room specifically for that. If you want to go, say that you're gonna go. We're gonna put you on a list so that we know how many people's going. Well, at least tentatively gotta go. Then we can go. Is Rockford Airport far? I don't know where Rockport Airport is.
Rockford
Rockford,
it's a small airport, and it is about I want to say at least an hour to an hour and a half away from Chicago.
Yeah, you want to do O'Hare.
You either want to fly into O'Hare or Midway.
Yeah. Okay. There's no reason for you not to fly to a big airport because there's so many flights per day. So many flights. It's international airport.
Yeah. O'Hare is the bigger international airport. Midway is an international airport, but it's a smaller airport.
Do you think airfare will drop by then? Okay. The thing about airfare is it depends on when you buy it, not necessarily proportional to gas prices. So yes, gas price goes up, flight airfare goes up. But in order to sell the tickets, sometimes they'll go down. Right? So just make sure to check your discount websites and all that stuff to book your flight. Right? Just think of it this way, all right? When we fly to Texas, whatever, that's a long flight. But when you fly to Chicago, it's like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. It's not a long flight. Which means you go out there, you settle in, the airplane took off, you take a drink, fart a couple times, you're there. All right? Like I will tell you, like whenever I go on a flight for like an hour, the first hour flew by. Like by the time you sit down, oh, we're up in the next airport in like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. But like 2 to 3 hours, there's got to be a little lag. You take you 3 hours, you barely finish one movie. Right? After all that thing took off and all that, you barely finish one movie and then you're done. So it's not a long flight. So if you had to go budget flight, whatever, do it. Do it. But here's the thing, right, Richard? We'll talk about this. You got a whole year to save up.
Yeah.
Whole year.
Yeah, and that's why I suggest if you're thinking of going, start saving money now. And if you don't go, you still save that money, which means you got money to buy cigars. It's a win-win.
Right? You get your ticket somewhere around March of next year, you'll be fine. Right? You get a ticket somewhere around March next year, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But you don't have to worry about the Mothman if you don't go to... Who's Mothman? But you don't have to worry about the Mothman if you don't go to O'Hare. Who's Mothman?
Mm-hmm.
Joey, you gotta give more context. I have no idea what Mothman is. Alright. No idea what the Mothman is. No, I know the Muffin Man. But not the Mothman. What's Mothman?
I don't know.
It's a legend. It's a legend? All right, here we go.
It's a story. It's a fable.
A Mothman is a legendary 7-foot tall, winged, red-eyed cryptid.
I've never heard of that, and I've lived in Chicago all my life. I've never heard of the Mothman.
That's in West Virginia.
Well, of course, that's why I never heard of it.
West Virginia, between November 1966 to December 1967, considered as harbinger of doom. What's that have to do with O'Hare? Is that big one Ohio? Oh, that's Ohio. That's not O'Hare. Hundreds of sightings O'Hare Airport. Okay.
I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it. I have never. Okay, let me see. Initial sighting is in a TNT factory area, abandoned TNT factory area. Okay. Okay. Cultural tourism. Mothman Museum is in, I don't know where it is. Okay. All right. Let me say this. Okay. Let me say this. People, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs.
That's funny.
I've been to O'Hare's airport many times because that's the middle hub that I always change flight from O'Hare. So I've never seen a Mothman per se. But if there is Mothman, they wouldn't go near us. They wouldn't go near us. Because what does a cigar man always have? A torch lighter. I've never heard of it. But that's the thing, right? Joey is so multifaceted that he knows a lot of those like weird legends and stories that I don't know about. Check out a movie called Mothman Prophecies that came out in 2002. 2002. You know what 2002 means to me? 2002, I just got out of high school.
So apparently Joey is up from like midnight to 5 a.m. watching those strange but true or strange but, you know, programs.
Mm-hmm. Reports by pilot, security, passenger. There's even video out there by someone flying into O'Hare where they think they filmed. That's like the necklace monster. Everybody else see it but me. All right. So if I get to see it, great. Because like it seems like every legendary shit, everybody else see it but me. Okay. Everybody else see it but me. Kenny, I am not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I still feel weird because the other day I just went to buy it's called Jersey Mike sandwiches.
Yeah.
I went in
Jersey
there.
Mike.
I picked up my sandwich. I was hey, he's like, hey, how you doing? I said, hey, how you doing? I got an order for Tony. He gave me the thing. He was like, there you go, kid. I got a sandwich where the guy called me, there you go, kid. This guy in front of me is probably in his 30s, and he calls me kid. I'm in my 40s.
Man, you should feel flattered. He thought you were young.
Okay, let's put that in scenarios, right? Now, if you go to a store buying cigar, and then, you know, they pack it out in the bag for you and say, there you go, kid, how will you feel?
I don't know, but I get sometimes I look at. Do I look like I'm 21?
No, but do I look like I'm 21?
You could pass for 21.
I would. Do I?
Yeah, you're young. You're young looking.
Nah, well, maybe because I'm wearing a hat. Because I have white hairs. I have white hair. I have a chunk of white hair right here, and I got a few in the front. But
Okay.
I have white hair. But still, like,
Okay.
you know.
And I guess this must be the law, okay? Because I go buy cigars, they ask me for my ID. Okay.
They ask you for your ID.
Yeah.
No. This is not the law. That person is more blind than you are.
You know, and there's a sign, you must be 21 to purchase.
Right. But if they can't tell that you're over 21 by simply looking at it, I don't know. They got to be more blind than you are.
I just think that they're probably doing a CYA. You know, ask everybody regardless. If you know,
But then it makes no
they
point.
look like they're 21. They
because,
look
like, if
hell, this
something
guy looks
that-
like he's 90, ask him for his
There-
ID
there's-
anyway.
You got like we got white mustache and beard and going on. There's no mistaken.
Yeah. Just like I go to, I'm not going to say the name of the facility I go to, but I go to this facility to buy certain things. And because I'm a veteran, I get a veteran's discount. And I go to this place frequently. And I've shown them my veteran's ID. They know who I am. I know them by name. They know me by name. And yet, when it's time to check out, they want to see my ID.
I don't understand it, for sure.
I don't understand it either.
It's probably like become a muscle memory. It's like, you know, when somebody says "Have a nice day," you turn around, yeah, okay, you too. And then sometimes, like, you know, they didn't say "Have a nice day." They say "Thank you." You say "You too."
You know, I don't say that. I don't say that.
Tony, how is that deep blue cigar? Like I said, in the first half, it tastes like a very sweet San Andreas with pepper. Right now, it kind of dies down just a little bit. And I want to say just like it's like that San Andreas right now with a little bit of bitterness. And that bitterness, I could take that as like a little bit earthiness, a little bit mineral. But, and I don't know what what I will prefer, a spicy sweet or not spicy but a little bit bitter. It does have transitions. It's a big cigar. It's not very strong. But I had to see how it finishes up. It is relatively big cigar. Big gauge cigar. Let's see if this is in here. 6x56. 6x56. But then again, I smoke really quick too. Look at how much Val have, and look at how much I have.
Yeah, but I think mine was a 7x50.
Val, you can be 7x50, even if you're an inch more than me. You look like you just took 3 puffs. That's it. Which one's better, Battle Bone or Deep Blue? I had to revisit that to compare. I didn't even think about it. I think I'm gonna lean towards Battleborn, but Deep Blue isn't bad so far. How about that? But I definitely think between Pledge and Pledge Purple, Pledge is better.
Okay.
How about that? That I compared. I smoked 2 Pledge and I smoked 1 Purple, and I think the Pledge is better. Okay. What does Art Bell talk about? Oh, Bigfoot, Area 51 stuff. Yeah, see the thing, I don't watch a lot of those stuff because those stuff make you think or worry about things that you have no control over.
Okay. You ever watch this? There was this program, something about the paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
I kid you not. Years ago, I was watching this program. It was on at nighttime. And I'm in the living room watching this program. And I don't know if I'm watching this and I'm kind of dozing when I'm watching this. I'm kind of falling asleep when I'm watching this. And mind you, I got family in the kitchen area. And I'm in the living room watching this. And I have to believe this. I have to believe that I was kind of dozing and falling asleep. But I swear to God, I'm on my recliner like this watching a program, and I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed watching this program, and I had to be falling asleep. I just had to be. And I felt like I had a living room lamp on. Okay, so it wasn't dark in the room. I had the living room lamp on. I'm on the recliner, lean back, kicking back, watching this, and I must have got bored with the program and I started dozing and falling asleep. And I swear to God, it felt like the entire room got dark.
That's because you close your eyes. Yeah, you'll be dark.
Okay, pitch black. And the TV screen, it was like the light was coming projected out of the screen. Okay? And it went from like a white light to a blue light to like a bluish green light. And I felt like I was being pulled into the television.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm watching, and I'm like this here, and I'm seeing this happening. Now I have to believe that now I'm, instead of half asleep, now I'm half awake. It's the same thing. This is how you phrase it, right? And I swear to God, I was yelling for help.
But no one heard it.
And in my brain, I'm yelling, help me, somebody help me. And nobody heard it. And I can hear my wife and the kids in the kitchen talking and laughing and everything. And here I am, like I'm stuck to the chair and I'm being sucked into the TV screen. And I don't know what happened. I maybe I woke up totally and I shook my head and I went like this here. And all of a sudden, boom, the room was normal. I said, holy shit. Man, it scared the bejesus out of me.
Val,
And I stopped watching those kind of programs from that point on. I never
Val.
watched another program from that point on.
Val, don't do drugs.
I wasn't. I wish I was drinking at the time. But I swear to God, that's what I felt like. That's what I felt like. Man, I thought I was
you passed out. You fall asleep.
Sucked into that TV screen.
You fall asleep. That's what it is. You fall asleep. So, yeah, I do watch interesting like that. And when you say like, you know, I just like to think about it. It's fun. You don't worry about it. But that's the thing. Thinking about it is worrying about it, right? You don't worry about the negativity of it, but you just you keep thinking about it. For example, last night I was working, reading stuff, and then all of a sudden this thing popped up on my was it YouTube? Yeah, I think it's YouTube. And it talks about this people that studies religion, and all of a sudden that religion was linked to like aliens and stuff like that, and talks about like, you know, human have this, some human has this receptor to receive information that's not meant for human, and talks about this few people in America that have that ability and really got knowledge and invented so many things that's not human-like, and this person is not even supposed to be. And talk about this guy named his last name was Taylor, and he had 40 patents, like bioscience patent, and he claimed that those were information that he perceived and received just out of nothing. So he does sleeping schedule is called 8+1, whatever that he describes. So he sleep 8 hours, and after he slept 8 hours, he wakes up, he goes back to sleep that additional hour, and that additional hour, he will start perceiving or receiving knowledge in his head that wasn't his, that he didn't know about, he know nothing about, and he used that to create a biotech company, and actually he sold it in the end, but he got 40 patents, and he obviously got financial freedom and stuff like that, and talk about like how people are able to do that. Now I'm sitting over there, it's like, damn, I studied all my life, I didn't do that, I didn't get that. Why don't I do that? You know, why don't? Is that because I don't sleep 8 hours plus 1 hour? Maybe I should sleep 8 hours. I wake up and then go back to sleep 1 hour, see if I get that. You know, it's one of those things you think about. It's like, would I be able to do that if I do that? It's interesting, right? And then you start thinking about, okay, so what about the aliens and all that stuff? Like, you know, all that stuff we have no control over and no proof of. And if you think about it, we'll try to want to prove it. And then for those people don't know me, like, you know, I'm the type of person that if I got a problem in my head, it'll bother me until I resolve it. It'll bother me until I resolve it. So if I think about a concept, alien or whatever, I will want to know everything about it before I give up and not think about it. And that's always my problem. So that's why it's like, sometimes I love to know about it, but like, I don't want to watch a very detailed documentary about some story, because obviously they add some stuff in there just to make the story interesting. But it gets to me like, I don't know how to think about it. I have to think about that, you know? So I try not to think about it. I try not to, like, I tend to watch it. Whenever it pops up, oh, interesting, watch it. And after I watch it, now I have to know everything about it. It bothers me. But Val, I have, in my younger years, I think this is like very early on in my, as a student. I mean, this is my college life, right? And I remember the one day I was just sleeping, with my girlfriend at the time was sleeping, middle of the night, and I had a dream, and the dream was so surreal. I screamed so loud. I think that I'm gonna wake people up, right? I screamed so loud, and I opened my eyes. I finally, okay, I move my body now. I look over, my girlfriend's still sleeping. I was like, there's no way. I was like, did you hear me scream? She's like, no. So yeah, like sometimes you scream in your head, you think that you hear yourself, right? Because your mind is telling that you scream. Your mind is telling that you scream very loud. But that didn't happen. This is why I don't sleep long anymore. Right?
Like,
because when you sleep more than 3 hours, you're guaranteed to dream somewhat. You gotta, okay. So if you sleep for 3 hours, you just enter your REM, your dreaming cycle. So if you don't go beyond that, you're not gonna have a dream that even bothers you or remember. So I try not to go past that. That way I don't have to deal with dreams. But yeah, don't do this at home, kids.
I'll tell you another story. When I first entered the military, I was in Germany, and we're out in the field maneuver, and we set up our night positions, and we were setting up an ambush site, and it's nighttime. All right, it's dark. We're in a forest. It's dark, it's pitch black. It's dark, and you see an open field in front of you, right? And all of a sudden, the fog mist starts to come up from the ground up. Okay,
Right, it's kind of freaky. Yeah, here we go.
and when this is happening, I started thinking about those scary monster movies I watched when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I started thinking about Dracula.
Okay, not too bad.
I started thinking about the werewolf.
Okay. All right.
And you have to remember, I'm in my position. I'm on the ground. Okay.
Okay.
And we're in a word line in a position for whatever our maneuver is going to be. And I know who's on my left and I know who's on my right. The fog is coming up. Now it's getting higher. First it was like just a couple of inches. Then it goes like to ankle. Then it goes up a little higher. It gets up so high, it hovers above your head. Now you have to remember, you're on the ground in the prone position, which means you're on your stomach, looking out. Okay, you're looking out. And this fog is up all around you. And I'm in a forest in Germany. And I look up at the skies and I see a moon. And then I see the clouds come in a little bit. Then I see the moon come out again. I see the clouds come out again, moon come out again. And I swear to God, I started thinking about the werewolf. But then I started thinking about Dracula. Okay?
Okay.
Now, mind, I'm not in grade school anymore. I'm not a freshman anymore. I'm a grown man at this time. I'm 19, 20 years old at the time. A young man. Still a kid, but a young man. And I swear to God, I really thought the werewolf was going to come out or Dracula was going to appear.
Well, it's not a good thing.
It was
if
creepy.
werewolf
It was
shows up,
creepy.
if werewolf shows up, you definitely want Dracula to be there.
Oh, wait, I tell you what. And I went around my neck, and all I can feel was my dog tags. Okay? Because you couldn't wear jewelry. You couldn't wear if you're religious, like I would wear a cross
Okay.
for my religion. Couldn't wear that. Okay, on your day off you could, but not when you're on duty. You can't. At that time, I don't know what it is like now, but at that time, and I'm looking for my cross. Oh shit, it's not there. Got the dog tags, and all of a sudden I'm doing this here. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. And I start saying the Hail Mary. Oh man, it was something. It was something.
Like, yeah, if I was you, and I think that werewolf was gonna show up, I'll pray for Dracula to show up. If Dracula show up and werewolf show up, they fight it out. I'm okay with that. They say, hey, you guys fight it out.
Yeah, I don't know about that. What if they say, hey, hey, Drac, you take those guys and I'll take these guys.
Well, historically they hate each other, so they will never happen. Right? Historically they hate each other. So talking about military, I'm gonna tell you a story that my wife told me today when I went to lunch. She said she read this story about people when in boot camp or something, that training field. And their training field, and those people, they're I don't know what the training they're going through, but it's mealtime. So they start to order like deliveries to the site. And then all of a sudden just hear the I don't know, the general, whatever, who's leadership over that place is screaming, say, do not order food delivery to the campsite or the training site.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart.
Yeah,
You're on the training site, and you gotta make your own meal.
Ninja Turtle guy ordering his pizza at a sewer, right?
Yeah. They just like, we're at the manhole between the 5th Street and then, just come over to the manhole, stay on top of it. I'm gonna, open it up. Here you go. There you go. Here's the money. Close it back up. But that's pretty smart. It's like, so my wife was like, asked me, what's the big deal? I was like, well, in reality, if they do that, you expose where you're at. And she's like, but then don't you think it's amazing that the delivery guy can find you? I was like, yeah, it's kind of amazing that the delivery guy was like, hey, we're at this field, this mountain, this site, coordinate is this, deliver your pizza. You kind of do give up your position. So I was like, that's why. But she's in training. I was like, yeah, but then what? Like, imagine you're not thinking. You're actually at the field. You're like, all right, I'm gonna keep it whole night. I'm gonna order some like midnight snacks. You never know. So I thought that was kind of funny. That was kind of weird. That people actually have the thoughts that we can do that. Like, imagine this. I didn't think that you can bring a cell phone into your training. Because in Taiwan, once you go to the military, you cannot bring your cell phone. All right? If you go to the military, you don't bring your cell phone. You turn your cell phone, or your cell phone has to be off, whatever. You don't get to turn on your cell phone until your off day. Right? You don't get to use your cell phone. So I don't know that you can actually use a cell phone in training.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the rules on that now.
Yeah, because my wife was asking about that. She's like, I think at the end of the year, they got to start drafting again. I was like, for what? It's like, they're thinking to draft more military people. I was like, okay, I don't have to worry about it. I'm too old. She's like, why if they just draft those old people? I was like, none of them will pass. They can draft. We'll go over there. None of us will pass a physical. Zero people pass physical. And in fact, before that, a week before the physical, I'm gonna go eat like crazy. I'm gonna eat pizza. I'm gonna eat hamburger. I'm gonna eat everything that will clog your cholesterol, make your cholesterol go so high that I'll fail. Then I'll be fine. She's like, why don't everybody just do that? I don't know. I don't know why. Like, why is anybody that doesn't do that in a country that drafts? I don't understand. Because like, if you're too big, you won't pass, whatever. But then if you're just the borderline, they will train you until you lose all that weight.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I don't know what their actual physical standard. I mean, testing
Well,
is
just
now.
think of this way,
but-
right? Like, because like there's some
When
country that has mandatory service, right? Mandatory service. And then she's like, why don't those people who's in the mandatory service make sure that they're fat enough that they can pass?
Well, they'll put you on a special exercise program to get your weight down so
Okay,
that you
so-
can pass.
You think that if I was 600 pounds, we gotta put in a special program so that you can be running with everybody.
No, that's not going to happen. But if you go in there and if you're like 30 pounds overweight, yeah, they'll work that off you.
Well, yeah, if you're borderline, sure. They say,
Yeah.
okay, we know we can make you lose extra amount of weight in 6 months or whatever year. If your service
Yeah.
is 2 years, you're not gonna have a weight that takes 2 years to lose,
Yeah, no, they're not going to do that.
right? So I was like, you know, I don't know why they don't do it. Maybe because like, you know, afterward they could still draft you. I don't know. I've never tried it. I never tried it. I know that if they draft me right now, I'll be so unqualified. I could probably work in the back on the cyber warfare, maybe, but I'm not gonna be in the field. And you know, I will not reject it if the military decides to draft me to do like a drone or whatever thing. I'll go. But if they tell me that I had to go boot camp, I'll be like, watch me fail. Right? I'll be like, the only way you gotta make me run is if you got food that I really want, I had to chase after you. And that won't last 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, I'm like, I give up. You can have it. So that's why I say I respect the people that go to military. I'm not caught up for it. So if they need me, I will go, but they won't need me. That's the thing, right? If they need you to do something that you're doable, sure, right? Like say like Joey, if they decide that, hey, we need somebody to work in front of the computer, cyber warfare, right? Cyber warfare. And you probably go. You're like, okay, if I decide to stay in front of the computer and just control some drones, sure. But if they say, yeah, you just had to run like, you know, a mile under 20 minutes, I'll be like, a mile under 20 minutes in a car? If you tell me to run a mile right now, I can tell you I can't run a mile. So that's what it is. Sounds like a creature double feature episode. Creature double feature. Wow, Richard, you have like a large lag in between the stories. The pepper never come back on the cigar. It left, it never came back. But also, so is the intensity of that sweet, you know, danky chocolate cocoa thing. It never came back to. It's just kind of light now. I don't know. I think the Battleborn is better. Like I said, I had to revisit it to kind of refresh my mind. I only smoked one Battleborn. So I gave out more Battleborn than I smoked. And obviously, this is my first one. Gotta revisit. Revisit a few times. Here's a good question. How many times do you guys revisit a cigar before you completely give up on it? How many times do you revisit a cigar before you completely give up on it?
I don't think I've ever given up on a cigar because of flavors and taste. I have given up on a brand because of a draw issue. Okay, that I ran across it. You know, and I said, you know, I have done that. You know, and I may smoke a cigar. And you know what? I'm not too crazy about this, but I won't wipe it off completely and say, you know, I'm never smoking that again.
Really? You've never tried a cigar? You're like, nah, that's not for me.
I have smoked a cigar that says, you know, yeah, no, it's not for me really, but I wouldn't rule it out again to try it again somewhere down the line.
Okay, so
and not give up on it completely.
Okay, but then like you tried it somewhere down the line, it's still just as bad.
Yeah, that's probably a cigar that it probably may smoke once a year, and only because if it came across to me by someone giving it to me, I wouldn't go out and purchase it.
So you, obviously I'm not talking about like if a cigar was given to you, right? Because if a cigar is given to you, you'll probably smoke it out of the respect, right? But
Yes.
I'm talking about for you to buy it. How many times you had to try it before you say, I would never buy this?
Twice.
Twice?
Twice. Yeah.
Wait, Joey, did you end up smoking that Stoke? Did you ever end up smoking that stoke? I don't remember what you almost puked. I don't remember that one. And since I don't remember, I think I just send you one more just to see that. Maybe. I don't know. A lot of time, sometimes one cigar is enough for me to quit. Sometimes, like quit being like never buy that cigar again. So, I don't know how other people's are. It's like there's sometimes like, you know, I go there, I buy that one cigar, and it might be new or whatever, and it's just not for me. And that's how I go. See, the thing is that like there's gotta be some point where you go, any cigar that has that flavor is not for me. And then you taste that flavor, you know that cigar's gotta have that flavor. It's not for me. There's no point to try it again. You know what I'm saying? So even if you try it again, you might enjoy other flavor, but there's always that one flavor that you don't care for. So you'll never try it again. You know those? So if I taste that on the first try, I won't give it a try again. I think that like, the big mistake that I make was something like Atabay. I knew like first time I knew there was a bit bitter taste, and the second time I totally forgot about it. That there was a bitter taste. I tried again, and it still had bitter taste. In fact, I smoked it. I said, "Why is this bitter taste?" And I went back to watch the first time I smoked it. I said, "There's bitter taste." I was like, "Why? Why did I forget about that?" So there's that. There's that. I don't know. You know, even though this cigar is not all that amazing, I don't regret getting it. I just think that, you know, it's good for collection, whatever reason. I feel like they gotta have a third one. Something similar to this. So they have the land, they have the sea, maybe they have something for the air. The sky. The azure sky. And if they do, I'll definitely buy it. That's one of those things that I'm looking forward to. I will get that. If they do came out with it. So we have the Battleborn, the Deep Blue. If they have something of the sky, I will get it. I will definitely get it. For sure. The thing that I got recently, I ordered recently, was the Oliva one with the soccer ball humidor. That one.
Oh, that looks pretty interesting.
That looks super cool. That looks super cool.
Yeah, it looked interesting.
I wonder how big that's gonna be. But even if you like smoke all the cigars and the cigar is like not crazy good, you can still do it. Yeah, the soccer ball.
It was nice looking.
Fabian's on. Fabian, we're talking about you. I don't know if you know about it. We gotta do the Meet 2027 in Chicago. So make sure you mark your day. Reach out to Raul Rivers and Rivera and Val, so you guys can all get together and find the lounge that we're supposed to go.
Yeah, we'll do a recon. We'll do a cigar lounge safari. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
We'll have to hook up, sit down, talk about some lounges,
PB99.
see where they're at, do a drive, do some, you know, time-wise logistics and stuff like that.
That soccer ball is wood, so it should be brown.
It's wood. It's wood.
It should be brown. Joey is saying that I wish Oliva would do something other than brown on everything. That ball would happen. But it's yeah, I would. I don't mind. I think that wood is pretty cool. I think being wood is pretty cool. But there are a few cigars I'm looking forward to probably obtain. Right? I am interested in La Six Provincia Miami, which is really not part of the Provincias. But they do Miami, so you know, why not give that a try? That I'm interested in. What else?
That was the one I was interested in. The next
Lexus,
Las
yeah.
Provincias, Six Provincias, whatever.
Well,
yeah.
that's Miami, and which is like, you know, what's that have to do with the sixth province of, you know,
Yeah.
Dominican? So
Is
I
this
don't get it,
Is
but
this the 7th iteration?
I guess I think they already went with 6.
Yeah. I mean, if you did all 6 already, unless you redo them again, but well, let's do Miami.
It defeats the point if you say that's the 6th province and then you put Miami in there.
Well, yeah, I kind of get Miami a little bit because it's kind of like a launching point for the cigar industry in the United States.
But still has nothing to do with the 6th province.
No, it doesn't. But you know, Las Six Provincias. Yeah, let's see. Are we gonna do Miami or are we gonna do Butte, Montana, or whatever it is?
I just feel like that wasn't.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit that Las
It
Six
doesn't. It
Provincias
doesn't.
mold
It
because
does.
you got the Miami name to it.
And I'm also interested in my father's Don Pepe Garcia Classical 20th anniversary. That one, I think the presentation kind of gets me a little bit. It comes with a cutter, so like, oh yeah, gimmicky, you know, that kind of gets me a little bit. Outside of that, I mean, there's still not a lot of information on PCA yet, but those are the ones I'm looking for. And like Crocs, for some reason I can't find the Crocs I want to smoke. The blue one, the one with the blue band. I can't find it anywhere. It's weird. It's weird. Are they discontinue that? That I don't know. Right? I don't know. And there was another one. I think the CAO America is coming out with the kind of limited edition for the America, like, you know.
Yeah, I saw that. They're coming out with a
Box pressed our American blend.
and I think it's a thin barber pole too.
It's a barber pole, yes, it's a barber
Yeah.
pole, but it's like only very small line of that, right?
Yeah, it's a thin barber pole, I believe.
But it's box pressed. It looks pretty good, and I think there's gotta be a battle. Like, what do you smoke next July 4? What do you smoke next July 4? Is it gotta be Pledge of Allegiance if they release another one, or is it gotta be the CAO America? Interesting, right? Like, what you gotta end up smoking? That's, you gotta choose now, right? You gotta choose now. So that's interesting. I think that's pretty much what is already kind of like announced that I'm interested in. Like Oliva was talking about their Perfecto again, which I think is a weird size, and still a Series V Millennial. So I'm not really looking forward to that yet, at least. The Liga, was that Liga Privada or whatever? That's like come out with like some small cigars. Was that DTT? That's gonna come out with some small cigars. I might be interested in those too. I'm caught up for now. I will forget that I put the show on hold for a few minutes. I don't. Oh, okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, that's why he was lagging.
Yeah, because like he paused it for a few minutes, so he was behind. Really? 6-hour drive, dude, Kenny? I would say we'll fly over. 6-hour drive is a long drive.
6-hour drive is a long drive.
Yeah, fly over, man. Fly over. For you, it should not cost that much money. It should not cost like a JetBlue flight will get you there. JetBlue flight will get you there. That's a long drive. I'm not saying it's impossible because like Martin drive like 18 hours to get to Arizona. So and he says it's worth it. And but then the next time he flew. So okay. So I would say think about flight. It's not very expensive, Kenny. Especially given the distance, it'll be quick. 1 hour you're there. 1 hour you're there.
Yeah, it's like a little hop.
Yeah, I would say just do that. Don't do the 6 hour drive. You're killing time for no reason. Okay. Wow, 6 hour drive. Chicago, Illinois. All right, have a good night, Richard. Yeah. So the other one is La Amera Vintage Broadleaf. That's a big cigar, but I'm a little interested in it because the purple band that they have on it. It's kind of cool. Like if you put very attractive colors, sometimes it gets me. Oh yeah, okay, I found it. Okay, so the Liga Privada is doing the Petacas, Petacas. Those are kind of interesting. They have the T52, H99, and the 9. That is kind of interesting. But I don't know why they released that way because it's not like T52 don't have Robustos. So if they offer the sizes Parejo and Robusto on those blends, like why do they have to call it something different? I don't get what the difference is other than packaging.
Yeah, it's just a marketing thing, I think. The packaging.
So I don't get what's the difference. Since the company says that that's a grab and go format, delivers the same construction. Is that just packaging, or is that there's something changed in there? I don't know. Maybe I should have looked at what Penteca means. Let me look that up. Penteca's meaning is okay. Means a flask. Means a flask. No, it's I think it's called Bear something. Bear and Bowl. Bear and Bowl. Crocs, Bear and Bowl. I can't find
Bear
that anymore.
and Bull.
Yeah, it's a blue band, Bear and Bowl. I can't find that anymore. So I don't think it's called Bear and Bowl. Let me see Crocs passport. What's the passport? Let me see. No, not the passport. Bear and Bowl. It's light blue. Light blue. Maybe the Bear and Bowl got discontinued. No, it didn't. It was redesigned, re-released in 2019, and a new size 2021, and nothing after that. Nothing after that. So whatever shop that I go to that carries it did not have it in store. And I was like, maybe they got discontinued. So when I say I can't find it, means that I can't, like the shop that I go to that carries it, don't have it. Don't have it. They have everything else but that one. Okay. So I will look into it. But things that if I order something online, I tend to buy multiple things. If I can't find multiple things that I want, I don't place an order. So we'll find out. Is that I mean I'm traveling, so hopefully I'll find out while I travel. Different places. So I was wondering what happened to that because when I went to shop, they have everything but that one. They have everything but that one. Okay. So, Ben, how's your cigar?
Pretty good. It's Little spicy. Got a little cocoa on it. Yeah.
Little
So far, so
spicy, got a
good.
little cocoa on it. Ooh, this one looks super rough. So today I saw another video by Fotello owner talking about the stem too. I don't know why I keep finding those videos. Again, it's talking about the flavor, the construction. It says leave it in. I was like, I would love to leave it in if it doesn't bother me smoking.
Yeah, if it doesn't bother to draw, it's not a problem. But
Nobody will pour it out and nobody have a problem with it if it doesn't bother them smoking. Obviously it does. That's why people get rid of it, right? So I don't understand the videos that is pro stem. I understand as a cigar brand, you want to tell people those are unavoidable, right? It's got to be there, right? But to say that it's beneficial, it's like, dude, I know it's beneficial if you say it that way, but it obviously plugged the cigar. And if you plug the cigar, it's no good to me, no matter what it does, right? Let's say like, okay, this particular stem is like 99.9% of the flavor, but if you can't smoke it, what's the point? Right? If I understand its flavor, I understand for structure, I understand for construction, okay, that's fine. But if I can't smoke it, it defeats the point. Ain't nobody's gotta go pull out a stem if they can smoke it. Right? No one's gonna try to complain about the stem if the stem does not bother them smoking it. So what is the point to talk about that is beneficial? That's what I don't get. Why would you say that is beneficial? Why you have to defend it if the whole point was that it was stopping you from smoking it? You can't smoke it. It's plugged.
yeah,
Right? I don't think anybody will complain like, okay, oh, I cut this, oh, I see a big stem in there without testing the draw and go, oh, there's a problem. Wow. I got somebody's hair in my cigar.
it's not mine.
Wow, it's a white hair. Can you guys see it?
Oh wow, yeah.
I'm still smoking. I don't care. Whoever
Maybe
rolled my
it's a,
cigar
maybe
told
it's
me.
a stem.
It's a really thin white stem. Yeah, I just think that the support statement for the stem doesn't meet the problem the stem is causing, right? People don't complain the stem because the stem is in there. People complain the stem because the stem plugs the cigar. So I don't get that. I also saw another video about, say, if your cigar is plugged, roll the cigar. Roll the cigar. And here's the thing, I've tried the rolling the way they say roll the cigar thing, I could probably 1 billion times. Okay, it never once resolved the issue. And then they just say use the draw tool if that doesn't help. I said, well, yeah. If rolling doesn't work, you go to draw tool. If you just have a draw tool, you use draw tool anyway. Then what is the point to teach people to roll the cigar? Because the roll the cigar isn't gonna do anything. How many people has actually resolved their draw issue to like complete perfect draw after you roll it? I want to know. Anybody in the chat room? Please tell me.
I've never had success with, rolling a cigar like this.
You had a completely plugged cigar and you roll it and you were able to fix it without pulling out the stem. Just roll it. It fixes it. I've never one time have that. In fact, even use the draw tool. I feel like draw tool destroy the cigar more than it fixes the cigar.
Okay, you grind it up.
First, well, after you did this, you get a bunch of little bits. When you're putting them off, you got bits all over. Right? You got little bits of tobacco all over.
Yeah.
When I go brush my teeth, I spit out all those tobacco. It looks like I just chewed up a brown insect or something like that.
And sometimes you split the cigar too.
Mm-hmm. I don't. That kind of myth should be debunked. Rolling your cigar does not fix the cigar. In fact, it's more likely to damage the wrapper. If you like, imagine if you had a Cameroon, that thing's destroyed. You have Cameroon, you have Candela. Candela will be destroyed too. So thin.
I was talking to somebody about cigar cutters, right? The straight cut, the V cut, and then we started talking about the punch.
Okay.
I really don't see the purpose of the punch. I really don't. You know, you punch the cap, and now it's like you're drawing through a tunnel, like you're drawing through a straw.
Well, if you're drawing through a straw, you punch too deep.
You know.
Well, the whole point of punch is that you can just cut just the surface of that cap, not into the cigar.
When I think in a punch, I'm thinking about sticking it in, doing a twist, stick it in, and just twist it in, and then pulling it out.
But when you pull it out, you shouldn't pull any tobacco out. You should only pull the cap out.
Okay.
Because inside is straight, nothing sideways, right? If nothing's sideways, you wouldn't be able to cut any.
But still, when you're making that draw, you know, your diameter of that punch, depending on, of course, there's small, medium, and large punches, but still, you're tunneling all that draw, all that smoke, all that heat. I don't get it. And all I can think about is that the buildup of smoke and moisture, and then you're going to get those little liquids, the little liquid drops in there, the little, what people call the nicotine tar, whatever.
That's not caused by a punch.
Well, I can see it more happening in a punch than I can in a straight cut or a V cut.
No, so the cap is the punch is basically you just put it on there, you twist one round, you get the cap off. That's it.
Okay. So I guess all this time I've been trying to use the punch, I've been doing it wrong. Cause man,
Yeah, you shouldn't have to punch all the way in to get a hole.
All the way down to the very end of that punch, and then I pull it out.
Punch is like the neater way to do the ripping off the top. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know, you can how you rip
you can
the
use
cap
your
off.
thumbnail to kind of do that, but.
Right? So you're supposed to just use that to draw a circle cut and you take the cap off. That's
and
it.
just peel the cap off that way?
Yeah.
Remove
It's the same thing
cap
as if
that
you
way?
just rip the top off.
All right.
The difference is that you had a neat cut, neat rip. So it's not going into the side. And that was the whole point. Right? And especially if you have a larger gauge, you won't fit the cutter. All you needed was to get the cap off.
Then you got let's say you got a 60 gauge, and you got people using a punch. Then they want to get fancy with it. We're gonna do a double punch. We're gonna make it look like a triangle. We're gonna make it look like a diamond. We're gonna make it look like a flower. We're gonna make it look like a crown. The hell with that shit. Just get yourself a V cutter or straight cutter.
But it won't fit. Like, you know, a lot of time the V cutter won't fit a 60 gauge. The only reason why you need to use a punch is because whatever cigar you have, the cutter won't fit. And that's the problem with the punch too, because the punch comes in like 3, 4, 5 different sizes. So if you have one that's small, that will actually cut a Robusto. When you gotta cut something like, you know, 60 gauge, you need 2 holes. And even 2 holes would be weird because it's not centered now.
Right.
So in order to get center, you gotta punch it like a whole round like a flower so that you can get the center off too. So I you know, the only benefit of punch is that you can carry it anywhere with you. Right? It looks like a pill. So it's very easy to carry. And you'll use that if you, whatever you use for cutter don't fit or where you're going has no cutter or whatnot. And here's the thing, punch does a horrible job on a cigar that's slightly wet. It destroys it. But the other day I made a video about the cutter, V cut or circle cut. What I did was I draw a circle on the paper. That represents a straight cut. But if I fold it into a triangle, it's still the same amount of circle. You still have the same surface area. It doesn't change anything. Right? It doesn't change anything. Like people, when you do it's a preference. Okay? In fact, it does more harm than not. Right? It does more harm than not. Okay? Because now instead of an even draw that you get air through the whole thing, now you have to draw harder so the sides gets an even burn. Right?
Yeah.
Because now essentially you have a narrow straw. But your whole point was so that the cigar burns evenly all around, so all that flavor gets one draw in. So that means you gotta draw harder. And obviously if you draw harder, you gotta have a little bit more smoke intensity or harder burn. You might not need to do like a double draw in order to burn it nicely, but it's essentially the same. Your cigar is not changing the shape. You still have to burn this round, right? Your exit is narrower, but it just makes the side of that circle travel a little bit longer. But it's still the same thing. Your air is gotta travel through the least resistance. That physics, right? Everybody knows that, right?
Yeah.
It's gotta travel least resistance. So which means it's still gotta come out from the middle. I know it's fancy. I know it's cool. I like V cuts too. For a long time, I use a V cutter. But then like after I look into it, one day I'm just smoking. I was looking at the cutter, at the hole that I cut. I was like, isn't that just the same as a circle? And after that, straight cut. I'm not bothering with the V cut and stuff. Here's the thing about V cut, right? You cut a V cut. You got the hole. And you start smoking on it. Then you realize it's a little bit plugged. Okay, there must be a stem somewhere. And that
How do you
stem
get to
is
it?
under the flap of the side. What do? You can't bone it out. You still have to cut it straight. So why not just cut it straight to start with, so that if there's any problem, you can fix it. Right? If the tobacco is not evenly distributed, you can kind of squeeze a little bit and get it to the right place. But if you had a V cut, you only have control over that area instead of this area. See, this is my hand. If the straight cut is like this, V cut is like this, still the same amount. Still the same amount. Still 2 palm, like not half a palm. Still the same palm. Right? So you're getting the same amount of surface area. You're not getting less. You're just putting the areas towards the center more. But again, you're burning the entire part. You're not burning just the triangle of the middle. All the air still gotta come out, goes through the same thing. In fact, you're probably gonna neglect some flavor that the smoke will travel through to get some flavor from the outside out to the inside. Now you're missing out. Least resistance. Now you're missing out. Just cut it straight. Every shop has a straight cutter. Every place comes up with like these cheap cutter. You can cut straight. Just cut it straight. Now I get people like, I want to go fancy. I'm gonna do a star cut. That's your preference, but it's not gonna change anything. Right? It's not gonna change anything. So, our preference, whatever lighter you want to use, whatever cutter you use, I don't think it's gonna change anything other than being fancy, and that's totally fine because I like to be fancy too. But I don't think it changes anything. Nothing changes. Cigar should be just simple. Cut it straight, light it up, let's go. That way you don't have to deal with all the problem afterwards. Should be simple. Okay? So last few minutes, let's talk about, again, For those people who missed it, 2027. Yeah, whatever butane, there's no difference in butane either. There's no difference in butane. I proved it to Val already. There's no difference. Okay? There's no difference in butane. Use whatever you want to use. Just use whatever. Like, you know, you can use match, you can use whatever. So again, those people who missed it, 2027 Chicago. If you're in the Chicago area, you want to join us, let us know so we can keep you in the loop. People in the Chicago area, gather together so you can scout out the place. People who's going, we have the chat room set up called Chicago 2027 Meet Chat. Go in there. You know, if there's some ideas, put it in there. If you, it's like, hey, for this, I would like to remember by having this kind of swag. Let me know what kind of things you want, and then we can kind of talk about it, see what's doable, what's not doable for keepsake kind of thing. And yeah, like I say, start saving up now. It's worth it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. But don't take my word for it. If you're in the Legion, go talk to other Legion members who have been to an event. They'll tell you, it's a fun event. It's so fun that you question how are you able to smoke that much cigar in a day compared to regular days. Right? It's gotta be good. Tiberius, are you going? Tiberius, are you coming to Chicago next year? Tiberius, you coming? I think you are. You gotta say you are. You gonna come to Chicago. Come to Chicago. We gotta hang out. Gotta have fun. You need to come. Yeah, Tiberius needs to come. Small vacation, 3 days. You can do it. You can do it. We'll take some pictures, take some videos, and then we got show and tell. Usually that's the case for those kind of events. I'm hoping to have some fun stuff. We can do this. Okay. What else? Like I said, the detail will come about September. So just draw that day off. Just make sure you don't book anything on that day. Last weekend of May. And then we're playing from there. Okay, we're playing out from there. Smoke Together, May 3rd, I believe. May 3rd.
I think it is May 3rd. I think it is.
Yeah, May 3rd. Smoke Together is May 3rd in the public chat. The theme for May is My Father's. Just bring any My Father's cigar. You don't have to. You don't have to. So, stay in the Oak Park downtown. Oak Park downtown.
Stay where?
Oak Park.
Well, Oak Park. Yeah. Yeah. Oak Park is like in the northern community part of Chicago.
Okay.
It's like a northern.
It's a little bit far off from downtown, right? Because downtown is by the water side, right?
Yeah, the downtown area. Yeah, you're right there off the lakefront. Yeah.
We'll look into it and to see, because I feel like when I look up the lounges, everywhere is a driving distance. It's not a walking distance everywhere. So in terms of where it's gonna be, like the hotel and stuff like that, so long as we gather in the same area, it makes it easier. For me, I think we just try to stay in the cluster, so it's not too far away to pick up this and we'll drop people off. But in terms of where, we can decide afterward. Obviously, if you're going, you don't have to stay in the same hotel or same area as us, right? It just makes it harder. Like if you're too far away, you might have to Uber your own way to there to where we gotta be. But once you're with the crew, wherever we're going after, we'll go together. So really, you're only there to sleep, to wake up, to eat breakfast. That's pretty much it. right? To sleep, to wake up, and you leave. And once you're out, you don't go back until the day is over.
Yeah, till the day at the end of the day.
How late does those lounge open until?
I'll have to look into that because some lounges, usually the late days are Fridays and Saturdays, are the late days.
1 a.m.
2 a.m.
Okay. So yeah, we can hang out until like the day's done. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Summer 2 a.m. Yeah, plenty of places to hang out, and we have no worry. Cause like usually where we hang out is usually we don't get back until the day's done. Like all the places close. Then that's when we leave. So it's doable. 2 a.m. I think we're good, right? We just need to see like we'll leave the late ones last. The early ones early in the day, late one last, and we'll try to visit all the places that's kind of like popular for cigars or whatever. And obviously, some of the days we'll leave some time for everybody to do whatever they want until a certain time. Like some cigar shop don't open until like noon. Then you got until noon to do whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, there are some shops that open up at 8 a.m. Some shops open up at 9. Some open up at 10. Most are open by 11. Some close at 7. Some close at 9. Some close at 11. Some close at 2 a.m. Usually Friday and Saturdays are their late nights.
Let me just tell you, I'm guaranteed to pick a day to go to the Gundam base in the mall. So like this is gonna be one day I'm gonna be late, but every other day I'll be there. Every other ones that I don't spend the time on, I'll probably like Sunday. I don't know. Who knows? So I might go there a day early just so that I can go to the mall. But it should be okay. And the airport is far from everything anyway. So where we're staying is where it's convenient. And obviously, I think for a lot of people, it'll be wherever is affordable. And those people who are planning to go and want to bunk hotel together, talk to each other. Talk to each other.
Yeah,
like, hey,
talk to each other.
Yeah. Go to the chat room and says, hey, I'm going. Who want to bunk a bed together or bunk a hotel room together? And you guys can work it out.
Yeah.
I personally, for myself, I don't buy name brand stuff. Yeah, you won't see me in a luxury brand stuff. It's just my wife that likes that kind of stuff. I don't. So, Tiberius, don't worry. I don't have to bunk bed with you. My wife probably most likely won't go because I'm hanging out with the guys. What she's gonna do, right? So, she mostly will stay at home taking care of the dog, most likely. But for me, I just need to go to the Gundam base and nothing else. Everything else is cigar for me. And I might not even have to go, to be honest with you. I just visit kind of thing. Not a big deal. But our events are the most important thing. And here's the thing, right? Even though we have things every day, technically only one day is like the full event. So if you can't, we'll save the best on the event day. Probably most likely Saturday. So if you can't make it Friday, you can still make it Saturday. Right? Just make sure you're at least there for one day. Yeah, we'll go to Chicago, buy a Rolex. So we should be okay. All right, we run this a few times already. Every time seems to be successful. So I'm pretty sure this one's gonna be fun as well. Yes, there's no factory tours, but hanging out. Meet the members are the best part. Okay, hang out, meet the members, sit down, have a conversation, have a good smoke, have a good drink. Should be okay. All right. So that is it for today. Val barely touched his cigar.
I still got some left. I'll be going to one of the hangouts afterwards.
Yeah, see if anybody's gonna hang out. I won't be able to make the hangout today because my wife still have questions to ask me. I did not answer her question earlier when I jumped down. So I had to go back to answer her questions. But, that should be it for today. Tomorrow afternoon, I might be able to hang out outside and have a smoke or something like that. So, check the chat. Check the chat, okay, guys? Check the chat, what's going on. For the people who viewing the show the very first time, we do have a public Discord for people to chat in. Very top, on top of Val's head, there's a link. You can join the public Discord if you want to chat there. Other than that, I'll see you guys next Wednesday.
I'm going to be heading to the public chat room after the show, after we sign off for tonight. I'll be in the public.
All right. So join the public room if you still want to chat. Val will be there.
I'll be
see
there.
you guys next.
Yeah, I will be there until I finish this, and I got to get me another drink.
Yeah, I might even jump down after I answer the question. I don't know. So we'll see. All right, cool. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.
Till the next time.